Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Probably thought I didn't have any makeup on, huh? Joke's on you. I do. In today's video, I'm taking you step by step how to fake perfect skin. As you can tell by the thumbnail, my skin is not perfect right now. I've been traveling, I'm about to start my period, so I have some hormonal breakouts I want to cover, but it's summer and I don't want to wear a full face of makeup when I'm going out. I want to be light and dewy and fresh, and I want to feel like I'm just, you know, woke up like this and I'm just, here I am, ready for the day, even though it's not that simple for me. So in this video, I'm going to be showing you how to go from this to this. If you would like to see how I created this no makeup flawless skin, fake it till you make it, natural dewy glowy look with zero foundation, then just keep on watching. Okay, so first things first, I'm not the best about putting on sunscreen. I typically tend to just rely on whatever sunscreen is in my makeup. I'm trying my hardest to get better about it, but because I'm not putting on a foundation right now, I need to put on sunscreen. I'm taking this Supergoop matte screen. I love this because it's SPF 40, but it's also gonna give my skin a mattifying look, because here's the thing. I'm doing a no makeup. I wanna look dewy, but I naturally am a greasy bitch. I'm so greasy, and I'm gonna not be using powders really to set my makeup, because I want it to maintain the dewy look. So I need to start from underneath and try my hardest to mattify without powder. So I'm just taking a little bit of this sunscreen, like this amount. I'm just gonna put this all over my face. This sunscreen honestly kind of feels like Benefit Professional. Now, the next step is very important. If you're like me and you have textured skin, we want to make it look smooth. So I'm taking my Tarte Timeless Smoothing Primer Base. I genuinely love this product. It's so good, but I figured out a new way to apply it that looks perfect. So I'm just gonna get a little bit on my nail. I'm going to put it between my fingers and then just put it on the areas of my skin where I need it. And then I take this brush, a soft dome brush. I don't want it to be too dense, because this is gonna make us look airbrushed and flawless. I take this brush and I smooth out the primer with it, because I just noticed that this kind of leaves the product more intact. I feel like whenever I spread it out with my fingers, it kind of dissipates into nothing. And it glides over the pores, so this like really fills in all of my imperfections. Okay, so I'm gonna take this Patrick Ta brow wax. This is in the colored version. It's not really that tinted though, so don't worry. We want to gel our brows in place first, because that's going to allow us to use as little amount of brow product as possible so that it maintains the no makeup. I'm just taking a wet spoolie and just rubbing it into the product. I'm just going to go in with the product and brush my brow hairs into place. We want them to look like feathered brows. Once I have my brows in place, I'm gonna go in with my Hourglass microbrow sculpting pencil in the color Ash, and I'm just gonna take this and fill in any sparse areas in the brow. Next up, I need to conceal. Little trick. Because I'm not going to be powdering my face or setting any of my cream products with a powder, I don't want my under eye concealer to crease, obviously. So I'm going to be using my Urban Decay eyeshadow primer potion in the color Eden. This does have a hint of tint to it. I'm gonna put just the tiniest dot of this underneath my eyes to keep my concealer from creasing. And then I'm just gonna take a slanted concealer brush and blend this primer. Just focusing it on the under eyes. We're not gonna put any on the top of the eyelids. So I'm gonna take my Tarte Hydrocealer. This is just a super, super thin concealer, lightweight, so that it's not gonna be too heavy. It's very sheer, so that it's not like an overwhelming amount of product under our eyes, because that's a dead giveaway on if you're wearing makeup or not. It's also very hydrating. Just a tiny, tiny amount. And then I'm gonna take a beauty blender and blend that out. And so far, that's it for the under eyes. I'm not gonna put anything on the eyelids because I want them to just keep the natural, I wanna keep the natural shade of my eyelids as my eyeshadow. We're just gonna leave it as it is. Okay, I'm gonna take the Hourglass Vanish Concealer in the color Oat. This is typically something I would use under my eyes in a like full glam look. The reason I want to use this on my skin instead of a normal skin tone concealer is because the lightness of this will kind of cancel out the darkness of my pimples without having to use too much product. I'm just going to dot where I have imperfections. Okay, now that I look crazy, I am going to take that slanted concealer brush again to blend this out. I'm just going to tap the concealer, not spread it around, so that it stays in the same area. It doesn't blend super crazy. You just want to blend it into the blemishes, not all over the place. Okay, so you can see that I'm just tapping it in. And then around the edge, I just tap to diffuse it into the surrounding skin. Okay, so far do you see how I still look like I have natural skin, but there's not a ton of blemishes peeking through? Okay, next I want to go in and I want to contour, highlight, cream, blush, all of that. So I'm going to start with the Tom Ford Shade and Illuminate. This is in the shade 1. I'm going to take this damp beauty blender on the back side and just dip it in the cream contour. And then I'm going to start on my forehead and just very lightly start adding some color. The reason I'm using a beauty blender for this instead of any brushes is because when you are placing small amounts of concealer or things around your face, you don't want to then go on top of that with a brush and be rubbing around a bronzer, because you're just going to take off all of what you just placed. So by just being able to lightly dab color where we want it, we don't disturb any of the products underneath. I'm gonna take that contour bronzer and just go down my neck and jawline as well. Now I'm not gonna do a crazy nose contour. I just wanna put a little bit of some shading to slim my nose. So I'm gonna take the pointy side of this Beauty Blender and dab it into the cream contour. And then I'm just lightly, very lightly dabbing it on the sides of my nose. And a blender as well. I'm gonna go back in with my original Beauty Blender. I like to use 2 different ones so that I can continue to blend everything without all of the products having to go on the same Beauty Blender. But then I'm just going to blend the contour with where the concealer went. Now for cream blush. I'm going to be using the Nudestix cream blush in the color Sunkissed because this is a very like tanned, been out in the sun, literally called Sunkissed. I don't know why I'm explaining it. It's just gonna be more natural looking than like a pink or a peach or something like that. I'm gonna take my Beauty Blender. I'm just gonna dab it on the stick. And then I'm gonna take that and very lightly put on my blush. I like to keep it up a little bit higher. And then I put it on my nose as well, just for like that out in the sun summer look. I'm really blending this like up under my eye. I don't want there to be like a layer of definition between where the concealer was and where the blush and bronzer is. I'm gonna be taking the Cream Highlight by Tom Ford. With this, I use my finger and I'm just gonna go in, get some product on my finger. The warmth of your skin like helps this product like blend more. And then I'm just gonna place it on the high points of my face. And blend it out. I like to take it up under my brow as well and create like a C shape. Do you see that? Do you see how it's just like glowy? I'm gonna place just a smidge on my nose and then just whatever's left on my fingers, I kind of blend on the sides of my forehead as well. Altogether, you guys, this routine really doesn't take me that much time. This routine does not take me that much time, okay? Next, I'm gonna take my Bare Minerals foundation. It needs to be the original formula, not the matte formula, because the original has some reflex in it, so it kind of gives it a more satiny finish. So I'm gonna take this really flat concealer brush. Do you see this? Okay, obviously you can't because it's focusing on my face. Just a really small, flat concealer brush. And I'm going to dip into my foundation just a little tiny, tiny bit. And then I'm just gonna go back through and just lightly place that on any imperfections that are kind of peeking through. Next thing I wanna do is set everything. I didn't use any powders, so I need to make sure I set with a setting mist. Now, like I said earlier, I'm a greasy bitch, so I like to use a mattifying mist. I use both the Morphe Continuous mattifying mist, or I also like the Urban Decay De-Slick. I'm gonna start with this one, and then if I need this one, I'm gonna go back in with that one later. I'm just going to spritz my face. just feels good. And then just really let it set everything. Now, here's the real tea. Here's the tea. My trick to get away with not wearing mascara but still accentuating your lashes is liquid eyeliner. You have to use a liquid eyeliner that has a pot. You can't use like a marker liquid liner or anything like that. It's just not gonna work. This is the L'Oreal Carbon Black Telescopic. Like I said, has a pot. And from here, I'm just gonna get the liquid liner on the felt tip because I'm going to color my lashes with this liner. Do you see that? Do you see the difference? You can tell I have lashes, they're there, but it's not mascara. It's not obviously thick, coated, voluminous mascara. It's just a little subtle darkness to accentuate my lashes without looking like I put anything on them. Now I'm just gonna finish up with the lips. What I like to do is I take this Makeup Forever Aqua Lip in the color 3C. This is kind of like a Your Lips But Better color, so use a liner that matches your lip color. And very, very lightly, I'm gonna line my lips. Nothing too dramatic. I just want them to have a defined shape. My lips are kind of misshapen, so I'm just evening the shape with this. Okay, once I have the color on, then I'm just gonna take my finger and blend the liner out so it's less defined. Now that I have just a pop of color on my lips, I'm gonna take this Laneige Lip Sleeping Mask and put this on. It's like a lip balm, but it's a little bit glossy, so I like a little gloss. Just put that in the center of my lip, and then blend it in. There you have it, guys. There's the finished look. We're done. Why am I voguing so much in this video? I feel like I can't stop. I don't know what to do with my hands. Honey, it's just a little something to give you a little boost of confidence when you're not feeling your absolute perfect self, or when your skin is not cooperating with you, or when you just want to feel good and great without having to have a full beat on or having to have full glam. You want to look perfect and you want to look pretty without needing to spend a couple hours putting it on, right? If you like this type of video and you would like to see more, go ahead and give this video a thumbs up. I will be filming a skincare routine soon, so stay tuned for that. Otherwise, it was really fun. This journey has been a nice one. I will catch you later.